Hi everyone, welcome again to another session of Nigeria TV News Scope. My name is Olatunde, and my co-host, I think my co-host is frozen in space. well, yesterday there was great news. So it's one of those things that's been coming in for quite a very long time, and the actual news itself is that the Super Falcons actually won the Women African Cup of Nations victory over Morocco, the host nations. Now, there is something that I just find quite amazing. I think the actual women itself, they seems to be doing so much. Should I say so much better than the men? I'm sure a lot of guys would not actually like this itself. It's something that I mean, it's basically just like England as well. The women, um, the national team in the United Kingdom as well. The women are doing so much better. So, I mean, what is going on? Is it like are the women more dedicated or what? Because they seems to be having this consistent winnings, across most of the competitions they've been actually been doing. So this is something that is quite unique, and most people are really kind of wondering that, how are they doing it? What is it that that the men could actually learn, from the women, in this regard? Because I mean, look at it. England just won their match today. I mean, the championship. I think European Cup. I hope I'm right because I'm not a football fan. I'm sure quite a lot of people will be surprised. I'm not. So and also yesterday, the Women African Cup of Nations champion, the women, Nigeria. Nigeria is a nation that most other African countries love to hate, because of some of the supposedly brash behavior of some of our people. And I believe that people need to actually understand that, it's a bit like saying that all white people are racist, which is quite wrong. That not all white people are racist. You don't make, sweeping statements like that. In every nation, you have the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's standard everywhere. So if you're unfortunate enough to keep coming across bad people from a particular place, that doesn't mean you should tar them with the same negative brush. You need to actually make, you need to differentiate. You look at your own background, you look at your own nation, and you find out that you have all the same seamless people. So let me quickly share this anyway. So the president was quite happy. Obviously, this is something. This is the good news that could share with Nigerians, and the information that what happened to my sorry, yeah, okay. My co-host is back. Right. Yeah. While you were not here, I was holding forth for you, Jane. So, I was just talking about what was actually happening in regards to the African Cup of Nation. So as a woman, so what do you think? Are you proud, especially as a woman or as a Nigerian? Because these days you need to ask those questions because you're not really sure. So tell me. So what do you think about the winnings of Nigeria, the women football team, the national team?
Okay, so actually, I'm actually not a football fan,
Oh
but
no,
then
no, no, not another one.
but then like I was recently following what was going on social media, and people were like, ladies don't even seem to applaud or celebrate their co-ladies, their football or sports, you understand, ladies out there and all of that. And that's basically true because when I look at it, sometimes even if they win, we don't tend to really celebrate them like when it's the men folks, you understand.
Mm,
football, that is being played by the males, you see everybody all around, the country, everybody, wanting to watch, and everybody wanting to
Yeah, but everybody was actually watching
to
that
the that
yesterday.
of the females,
Mm,
even the females that aren't even not even that interested in watching or paying attention to what is actually going on. But of
okay.
course, on the general scale, I really want to say kudos to them, and then it goes on to say that the women are doing well. Do you understand? And then for me, women supporting women, because that's actually what is trending. So kudos to Falcom, kudos to all the women who participated, and
Mm,
kudos to all the women around Nigeria that are doing exceptionally well. We celebrate you. Keep doing the good works.
okay. And I think I think I have some information
And
here.
then, of course, we also learned that our president too had,
Yeah, there was a state
joined
house.
in the celebration. So it's also a good one.
There was shall I
Mr. T,
say?
are you there?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me at all? I can hear you. It's you that is frozen. Hello, Jane. Can you hear me? Okay, all right. Basically, the president of Nigeria actually gave a press release. Well, we actually have
We sincerely apologize for the technical issue.
no. I thought you were playing plank. You know that game they play in parties where you just freeze. So there's a state house press release said President Tinubu congratulates Super Falcons on the Women African Cup of Nation victory. President Bola Tinubu congratulates the Super Falcons of Nigeria on their victory at the 2020. Why did they say 2024? The 2025 Women African Cup of Nations, securing their
Never.
record 10th continental title. President Tinubu says the Super Falcons' spectacular performance tonight in Rabat, coming in from behind to beat a spirited Moroccan side, playing in front of a passionate home crowd, exemplified the determination that defines the Nigerian spirit. With hard work, dedication, tenacity, you have achieved the mission the nation dreamed of. Prayed for, the nation looks forward to welcoming our champions. Congratulations, Nigeria celebrates you. Bayo Nanuga. Stuff like this is quite frankly, yeah, despite all the challenges and all that we have in the country, it's totally brilliant. It's something that we all look forward to. So that's a bit of good news. So we don't have to have a situation whereby we're always complaining about it's not just all about bandits and kidnappers and headsmen. So um swiftly moving on, then we have another one, which is yeah. Falana condemns arbitrary renaming of streets, bus stops in Nigeria. I just need to actually bring this up. I mean, well, you have to ask the question: why are they changing names? You see, a nation that is not living in harmony, because Nigeria is a country that is made up of several tribes. But we have three major tribes, which is the Yoruba, the Hausa, should I say Hausa Fulani, and the Igbos. You know, so why is it that we're having, if say for instance in Lagos, I do understand that yes, you do have people that will come over some places and try to put it in your face, but at the same time, two wrong does not make it right. Okay, why are we removing names that does not sound like Yoruba, and then I don't know. Okay, it's fine. You only want Yoruba names, but then you have Ali Dangote's name there as well. And one of the one that really cheesed me off is the one that where they removed uh Charlie Boy's bus stop, near between Antonia and Owurushoki in Lagos. Why change it? And then they now put Bado bus stop. What is that? Badu. I mean, for me personally, why are they not looking at this properly before? Why are they not doing this properly? Again, you actually caught me. I'm talking about the changing names of the various bus stops in Lagos. You know, you know where our Charlie stop is, don't you? Charlie Boy,
Sorry?
Charlie Boy bus stop.
Okay. I actually stumbled on the reaction of Charlie Boy.
What did Charlie
Where,
Boy say? I mean, I
sorry?
don't have that. I will have loved to actually see that
Okay, you'd have loved to look
the
at his
link.
reaction, right?
Yeah. What did he say?
Okay, so just give me some minutes. He was like, he learned that, let me see, just give me some minutes.
I mean, for me, it seems quite. I mean, it's not something that is. It's not a good thing to do. Let me just put it. It does not help our national harmony. It doesn't allow for proper, shall I say, proper building of national spirit. What we've actually got is where it's a bit like saying, "Oh, you belong to that side, so we don't want your names here." You understand? It doesn't work like that. And but truth be said, we do have some section of the country, where they will go to a place, they do not seek to integrate. They seek to come there. I think one of these things is most Igbo people probably might not like this, but I think we do have people that will come. It's not all Igbo people, you know. This is something that I believe that some people will do, where they will go to a place and begin to show, like, yes, I'm from this other part of the country, but we are here in your supposed territory, and we want to show that we are dominating you. And they do it without, you understand, in such a very provocative way, which the indigenous people that are there becomes aggrieved, then begin to sort of stir up hatred, begin to stir up hatred and disharmony among the people there. You understand? So although our topic is elsewhere, which we'll be talking tomorrow, so you guys might want to actually watch out for that, which is
So
the
let me
big mic.
quickly read what Charlie Boys
Yeah.
said.
Okay.
Okay, so veteran entertainer and human rights activist or rights activist
Mm-hmm.
Charles Oputa,
Mm-hmm.
popularly known as Charlie Boy, has reacted to the renaming of popular Charlie Boy bus stop in Lagos, describing the move as an attempt to erase history and silent activism. The bus stop, located along Bagada Bariga axis,
Mm.
has been renamed Bado bus stop in honor of rapper Olamide Adedeji, also known as Bado. The announcement was made by the chairman of the Bariga Local Council Development Area, Kolade David,
Mm.
during the inauguration of the newly renamed road and landmark within the council area. According to Alabi, the renaming initiative aimed to honor notable individuals who have contributed to the growth and image of the Bariga community. Other roads and landmarks were also renamed after celebrities and public figures, including King Sunny Ade, Tony Totula, Nice, Arsenal footballer Bukayo Saka, and Olamide himself, who also now has a street named after him. However, Charlie Boy, whose name had become synonymous with the now renamed bus stop for years, took to his official X account on Saturday to express his displeasure, stating that while names may change, legacy endure. He described the renaming as a symptom of fear fear of his decades-long defiance, resistance to oppression, and outspokenness
Mm.
on national issues. He said, "Dem say they don change the name of Charlie Boy bus stop." Very interesting. But let me remind you of something simple. You can rename a place, but you can't rename a legacy. You can replace the signboard, but you can't erase the spirit. You definitely can't silence a voice that shook your tables for decades. This is not just about a bus stop. This is about fear. Fear of a boy who refused to bow. Fear of a man who challenged oppressors. Fear of a man who didn't beg the system to be accepted. So what do timid people do? They change the names like e go wash away their shame,
Hmm.
so that's basically it. Let me see. Okay, he said Oputa insisted that the name Charlie Boy bus stop was not given by politicians but by the people of Bariga and Bagada communities
That's
where he
actually
had
true.
long service
That that
influence and
that is
presence.
actually true. Um,
Mm,
for instance, okay, let me read what the popular activist, the San lawyer Falano, the human rights lawyer and senior advocate of Nigeria, Femi Falana, said has criticized the ongoing trend of renaming streets and public spaces in Lagos. It said it's been done without following constitutional procedures or consulting resident stakeholders, describing the action as unlawful and undemocratic. In a statement issued yesterday, Falana condemned recent instances, including the renaming of the popular Charlie Boy bus stop to Bado bus stop by the former chairman of Barika local government area, LCDA, Mr. Kolade Alabi. He also cited reports of two streets being named after President Bola Tinubu and Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, as well as industrialists Aliko Dangote, alleging naming of streets in honor of the late Mr. Herbert Wigwe and President Tinubu. According to Falano, this action violates the provision of the 1999 Constitution as amended, which clearly vests the responsibility of naming and numbering streets exclusively in local government council. He referenced a key legal precedent, Chief Obidi Umair versus Abuja Metropolitan Management Council, in which a court ruled that only the Abuja Municipal Area Council, AMAC, has the authority to assign names to streets and roads within its jurisdiction. The obsession of the exclusive function of local government on street naming by certain individuals and local government development area in Lagos cannot be justified under the Nigerian constitution. So obviously, without going too much, um, he said, in fact, okay, he particularly furthered the renaming of Charlie Boy Bus Stop, which he described as a landmark historical name by the Bariga and Bagada community. Charlie Boy Bus Stop acquired his name sociologically due to his functionality and the positive impact which Charlie Boy has historically made in the area. Because then, when Charlie Boy was living in that area, he has this huge Harley Davidson motorbike
yes.
mounted. Because I remember back then, we coming back from school, and once you get, if you come through Lagos about the express road, then you come through
I was
the,
about to
the
ask
the
if
express.
you grew up in Bariga.
Yeah, so on our way to Antony Village now, so we normally have that. We will see it outside there. So it was something that was it was organic. It was people that actually named it because Charlie Boy then was quite an activist back then. It still is now, but then he had it because of his presence and because of
It's
his
Chunk Boy.
exactly. So the guy was really there being himself, and he showed up and actually showed himself to be kind. It's not everything Charlie Boy does that I actually agree with, but I do respect the fact that the way it was done. You see, so he didn't go and bribe anybody to say, please put my name there. People like the son actually said, he said it was named by the people, of Bariga and the surrounding areas there.
Coincidentally, we also have Chunk Boy in Abuja too.
They have okay, all right. That one must be Ofigi one. The one in Lagos is the original.
Ah,
Eh,
what makes
co-
you think so?
what makes that because the Barry that one I don't know
Because
how.
here is like an estate. Do you understand? It's
Eh,
part of Gwarimpa itself.
okay, okay.
But
Let me ask you
it,
this:
but
was it the one
okay.
that was it people that now an estate is different? Is it Charlie Boy that owns the estate? No.
No, more like it's like an area, you understand? But here it's just a bus stop. Do you
Okay.
get? It's different.
Yes. Now. So and then who even it's that area normally. I don't even think they normally named bus stop like that in Nigeria. you know so it was just something that
Mm,
well you do have names anyway, like we are going to Ushudi now, say Ushudi bus stop, and meanwhile Ushudi bus stop, you have several bus stops around those areas, so maybe then they can begin to have some secondary names attached to it. But or that of Charlie Boy, Omo, you can't miss it. Charlie Boy is Charlie Boy, so regardless of what you
and
actually think about.
how do you even get to even what do you call it? Impose the change of name to
And
downfall drivers and
that is what
other.
the senior
Do you
advocate
understand?
said now, Femi Falano. That's what he said. He said it's not the chairman local government, the local government, the chairman of the Bariga, former chairman, that did it. I think when he was leaving office. So sometimes it makes you wonder why is it that some politicians tend to try and create issues where there is none. He didn't have to do that.
True.
There were so
Because
many
I was
other ones
about
I
to
saw.
ask what actually propelled this decision, or what actually caused this whole,
I don't understand as well. It's something
or
that
is it in relation to the what do you call it, issues we are having in Ghana and then
no, no,
South
no, no, no,
Africa?
no, 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 no.
That
It's not that. I think we will be able to. What you're talking about. We'll be having a guest tomorrow, and we're going to be trashing it.
yeah.
In our program. Yeah. So it's just not. You don't just rename. It's not really fair. Let's just put it that way. You do not. You follow,
True.
even if you must change it. Follow due process. You must follow due process. And I think this is a bit different, but say for instance, then naming places after the president is still in office, he hasn't left. If you want to honor him after he has performed, he has completed his, not as a current, while he's still the present president.
True.
You don't have to, because I mean he's only been there like 2 years, so let him come. You see,
And what are his achievements? You know that will
exactly. So
warrant for.
let his achievement, you see, and even if you're going to even name it after him, there is a consultation process that has to go through. You don't just do it arbitrarily. So you see, sometimes we see that some of our own people are the root cause of some of the disharmony that exists in societies across the country.
True.
This man did not follow due process because he was leaving. So obviously, is it like he was trying to gain, you know, should I say, political capital, by naming all these key people, putting their names there and things. You know, if he was truly sincere in trying to reward them, then he could have done it openly, properly, follow due process. Then nobody will be able to say anything because they will be able to point to say, yeah, but I followed the procedure. I actually follow due process. So that's it. Anyway, well, that's I think from me. I don't know if is there anything else you still want to talk about. So we've spoken about
No,
the.
no, like I've just been wondering. We've been propagating one Nigeria. So is this the one Nigeria that we've actually been propagating?
That is exactly what I actually said earlier. That this sort of thing does not promote national unity. It's
Yeah.
because if they should actually think about it, right, that okay, if you want to do something, you have you carry out an analysis. Carry out a sort of impact analysis. If we do this, what is the blowback on this? But we don't do that. It's like, put Mr. President name. Yeah, I even heard that the guy actually gave the president two straight. They named two places after him. Come on. There's no, we know what the actual truth is. We know the right thing to do, but we don't do it. It's totally wrong. You have a situation whereby you're trying to sort out issues. We have a problem of national unity. We need steps and activities that we do carry out. We have to sort of impact that, bring two people together. Do you understand? Bring two people together. you know and it's one of the things that we are not doing as a nation, and it is getting us into trouble across Africa. Once again, that is an into what is coming in tomorrow. We're going to be talking about that. I'm sure I think a lot of Nigerians are not even aware of what is happening in Ghana. They are not aware that South Africans and some other southeastern African countries are calling Ghanaians and saying we support you. They don't know. In Nigeria, we behave as if we are the Osetutu. We are the we are the king. We are the king of the land. While I know that, like the president said, the Nigerian spirit can do spirit. We don't back down. You see, and when you have things like this, we can turn the narrative around. We can turn the narrative around,
True.
and we can use that to educate our own people as well. That look, when you go to other countries, respect. Don't go there and begin to say I am a Nigerian and begin to behave as if in an inconsiderate way. That's what some of these people in Ghana are complaining, and some in South Africa. You know, there is definitely a Nigerian spirit, a spirit of of candor, courage.
Resilience.
The spirit of I know I can do it. I know I'm going to make it. We are very positive on that. But at the same time, we still have alongside, where somebody you go to a place, you don't really know them. You want to begin to dominate them. So I don't want to give too much away against tomorrow because it's very juicy. Because it goes to show steps that every single Nigerians ought to take when you go to host nations. You don't just go there and begin to behave in an haphazard way. Like every Nigerian that step out of the country is a potential ambassador to Nigeria. I saw the other day a video. I don't even know. It's almost like a psychotic video, of these guys who I don't know whether it was is in Asia because those guys look like Chinese. In the country there, these guys were behaving as if they were being attacked. And the guy was, I think the guy in question must have taken drugs because he was just running about, behaving, and those ones are trying to calm him down. When so we didn't really get the full story, but on the ground I could see blood. I think the guy has taken drugs because the way he was behaving, I can just imagine those Chinese girls. They've never seen anything like it before. It's like those Nigerians. It's like those Nigerians. They were rioting in Dubai. Can you imagine rioting in Dubai some years ago? That they were doing armed robbery, stealing stuff and things. They were not, the way they were running Ajigule, Oshodi. They were running around somewhere. I'm like, whoa, these guys are like fish out of water. And they dealt with them ruthlessly. They dealt with them. The people from UAE. I'm sure some of those guys are still in prison. So that's it anyway. So tomorrow is another day, and you
Now,
know, okay.
we
So
look forward
tomorrow,
to it.
we're coming back with our program, the Big Mike. So where we'll be talking about, we have that bag, Ghana must go. Now in Ghana, they are having their own. They too, they are saying Nigeria must
Nigeria
go.
must go.
So maybe I saw some Ghanaians at the airport some time ago, and they were actually doing that. So they were like, "Oh, this is their bag." They know that those bags. A lot of people in Nigeria don't even think of it. It's automatic. They just say, "Please get me Ghana must go back. Ghana must go." Back. So
That
now,
is, we'll start producing our own Nigeria must go back. Oh. And maybe our own will be with Ankara.
this
I'm
guy.
giving somebody a business idea now.
No, 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 no. Theirs won't sell. Do you know why? Because it's only in Nigeria that we know how to turn all those guys. We know how to turn adversity to strength. Honestly, we turn adversity to strength seamlessly. Seamlessly. You would think, that these people are going to. No, 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 no. Niger, yeah, they will just cool down. They'll just cool down. So and they will do what they want to do. You know. So
Hmm.
Nigerians are a people with a can-do spirit. So which is really great.
You're
So
right.
yeah,
You're right.
yeah. So well, from me, Olatunde and Jane. So I just want to say thank you again for for being our co-hosts. And tomorrow again, much earlier tomorrow, like you said, the big mic coming up, which is I think we should target Nigeria must go show. Nigeria must go.
Interesting.
All right then. Anyway, from me, Olatunde is good night and God bless. Jane,
All right. Thank you so very much for watching. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Keep watching G Niger TV.
thank you. Good night and God bless.
Right.